The lab you're going to be working on today is called the gravimetric analysis of a metal carbonate. So what we're going to do is we have this unknown metal carbonate, and gravimetric analysis is a fancy way to say we're going to make a precipitate, which is a solid. We're going to isolate it, filter it, dry it, and weigh it and analyze it. So that's more or less your lab procedure. But this is the balanced equation that goes behind it. So what do? Well, we're going to take about 2 grams of our unknown metal carbonate. We do know that this is a group 1 metal. That gives us the charges +1, and it allows us to balance our equation and do some stoichiometry. So that's very important. What we're going to do with this is we're going to take this 2 grams and we're going to make sure first that we dissolve it in distilled water. It doesn't actually matter how much distilled water we use because we're not interested in the molarity at this moment. Once we weigh it, we know the mass of our metal, and that's what we're really interested in for this reaction. So since we don't know the identity, we can't calculate the moles directly, but the mass is going to be important. So as long as it dissolves in water and you make an aqueous solution, we're good. We're then going to add excess calcium chloride, and that's going to be 200 milliliters of 2 molar calcium chloride. The reason we want this excess is we want all of the metal carbonate to react. Now, which part of it is reacting? Well, it turns out over here, the insoluble part is the calcium carbonate. The metal chloride is going to be an aqueous spectator over here, but the calcium carbonate solid is going to be something that we can filter and dry and weigh. And if you know the mass of this calcium carbonate, you can do some stoichiometry and actually figure out a little bit of information about the metal carbonate over here. Not going to tell you what. And then you can use this to figure out what exactly is the identity of this group 1 metal. What element is it? So your goal is to use some stoichiometry. You've got your product, use some stoichiometry to analyze it and identify what elements you have in your unknown metal carbonate. Good luck.